Alright, so I'm here to say that my favorite wrestler in WWE right now is no longer CM Punk. It is now Daniel Bryan. I mean, this guy is fucking awesome, I think, in my opinion. He's fucking flying around the ring like Superman, like a fucking bird. He's fucking doing dangerous moves. You know, he's having awesome matches, multiple matches on shows. He carried Raw to a great show. You know, not he didn't carry. You know, he was great, but Raw wasn't great. You know, but he made Raw. He was the guy. He was the messiah of Raw. You know, he carried Raw to a good show, a decent show, not a good, you know, like average, a little bit above average. You know, but if it wasn't for Bryan, that show would have been bad. You know, Bryan made that show good. So he was definitely the best part of the show. You know, and fucking people like to say he sucks. Well, they don't really say he sucks, but people like Randy Orton better than Bryan. You know, I see a lot of people who are obsessing over Orton, one of the most overrated guys in the company. You know, fucking Randy Orton, fucking sucks. Did you watch his match with Ambrose on SmackDown? He had one good spot in that match with the drop kick off the top rope, and it wasn't a great spot either. You know, fucking drop kick off the top rope. Then we go to let's head to fucking Raw. You know, it's Orton in the fucking match again, ruining the fucking match. He's in there forever. So is fucking that fat ass and washed up motherfucker Kane. They're both in there forever. You know, and you're just waiting for Daniel Bryan to get in, and then you're just bored of watching fucking Kane and Randy Orton wrestle for 10 minutes doing rest holds and fucking awful moves, you know, and then Bryan finally gets in and it's like exciting, you know? Like you get 5 minutes of excitement, but you gotta go through 20 minutes of shit with Kane and Randy Orton to get that 5 minutes of excitement with Daniel Bryan, you know? And then also on SmackDown, fucking Randy Orton's having not a terrible match, but, you know, an okay match with Ambrose. It wasn't great, you know, probably a little bit below average. And then fucking Daniel Bryan comes in and he just fucks shit up, man. I mean, he's flying around. He's taking out members of the Shield, doing fucking suicide dives, you know, giving his body up for the good of our entertainment, you know. You know, there's nobody who really does that anymore, you know. They just throw themselves around, you know. Dolph Ziggler does it, but you know, with Daniel Bryan doing those suicide dives, you know, he's fucking awesome when he does that, you know. Nobody really gives their body up anymore for the good of the company. You know, they're not dedicated enough like Daniel Bryan is. You know, even when CM Punk does a suicide dive, right before he does it, he's jogging. Daniel Bryan's sprinting as fast as he fucking can to do his suicide dive through the second rope. And then when he hits somebody, it looks cool. You know, remember he hit Ryback or he missed him, I don't really know, on Raw. And he ran into that table so hard, you know. That's what I'm talking about, giving their body for the good of the company, you know. And then you got, you know, but anyway, let's talk about CM Punk. You know, this guy, he's wrestled some good matches. You know, he's had some good feuds with Bryan. He's had some good feuds with Jericho. Even Cena, he's had some good feuds with. In 2012, I'm just talking about. Obviously, the Ryback feud was terrible. The match on Raw was good though. The first Raw 2013, they had that TLC match, which was good. The fucking Rock, that feud is terrible. Not because of Punk, because of Rock not being there on Raw. Rock being fucking roided up and fucking not in shape. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Putting the belt on fucking Rock, you know? It's like, this, you know, here comes a mini Rock right now, you know? Fucking Rock, you know? I hate how people say that, oh, they're just, I support Rock because he brings more viewers into the company. You know, a lot of people say that Rock's good for the company because he draws more viewership. So let me ask you this. Why do you care how many fucking people watch the show? You know? Let's say Rock wasn't on. You know? And that makes the show better. But there's less people watching. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit how many people watch the show? You know, would you rather have a good show with less viewers or a bad show with more viewers? You know, that fucking Raw after Royal Rumble was one of the worst Raws I've ever seen. You got fucking Khali singing HBK's theme. You got, remember that Raw Roulette episode where you got fucking dance competitions or whatever, you know? And people say, oh, there's 5 million people watching that show. Was that show good? No, it wasn't. It was fucking one of the worst shows of the fucking year. One of the worst Raws of all time I've ever seen in my lifetime. And 5 million people watched that show. Don't tell me that show was fucking good, though. And some of the best shows we've seen on Raw have been, like, not even close to 5 million viewers. So that's fucking bullshit right there. So that was besides the point. So let's get back on topic here. CM Punk's a good wrestler. That's for sure. He's sometimes great too. Like at WrestleMania with Taker. He had a great match with Taker at Mania. He saved the show from being a complete disaster. And he's had good matches throughout his entire career. He got buried by Triple H. That fucking egotistic motherfucker, Triple H. He'd like to call, here comes another mini rant. I'm getting off topic here. Triple H. I think he was like the only guy to beat CM Punk. Like, from Night of Champions to fucking Royal Rumble, he was the only guy to beat CM Punk. A fucking washed up motherfucker. Triple H. Fucking egotistical motherfucker. But anyway, let's get back to CM Punk. I'm getting off track here. But yeah, a lot of people probably think Punk's better, but seeing the way Bryan's been saving the shows and wrestling as of late, you gotta call Bryan the better man here. I mean, this guy has been wrestling some great matches with the Shield. He had a good match with Dean Ambrose on SmackDown. And he's had other good matches, in the 3-man competitions, 6-man tags. He's had great matches, as I said, giving his body for the company. That's what you want to see, Yeah, Punk's a great wrestler, but he doesn't give his body for the company that much, I know he does, but not as much as Bryan. I mean, Punk jumped off that top rope at Mania, which was, great. It was a cool segment moment, but he didn't intend for the table to break, or he intended for the table to break, that was sort of a little botch there. I don't know if he just landed on the table wrong. It wasn't a botch really, but the table just didn't break. If the table would have broke, that move would have been fine. But Bryan gives you more risk-taking moves. And when's the last time that Punk's taken a big chance? Besides the fucking Mania stunt. Bryan's fucking flying around all the time. Punk's not. He's not a fucking going full speed through the suicide dives. I know he had the bad knee, but I don't know how bad it was. I'm sure Bryan's fucking injured from all the fucking shit he does. I don't know if he's as injured as Punk, but you get what I'm saying here. Bryan gives you more enjoyable moves, risk-taking moves during the match. Punk might be wrestling injured, which is more risk. He's taking risks to his body, but the moves that he does aren't that risk-taking. That's what I'm trying to say here. Bryan, he has really good submissions. So does Punk, but I think Bryan's a little better. So yeah, Bryan's definitely the better wrestler here, but Punk can cut a better promo. Obviously. But I'm gonna give the edge to Daniel Bryan. Just because he's been wrestling great as of late. And I think they're going to start pushing him. Fucking finally, he deserves it. Best wrestler in the fucking company. Daniel Bryan. CM Punk, close to. Those guys are always neck and neck with me. I love Bryan. I love Punk. Ambrose is good too. But yeah, Punk and Bryan, very close. They're very close, 1 and 2. But I'm going to give the edge to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan is better than CM Punk. So there you go, people. I like Daniel Bryan more.